I'm Bill Anderson, happy to be back again. And today we've got I say this every week, we've got a special show that I'm happy to bring to you. Somebody I've known for several years as she was breaking into the music industry. She's from New Jersey. She is a singer, a songwriter, now award-winning, has overcome several challenges, and she goes by Jax. She joins us on The Pulse. I normally will go into the whole, let's start from the beginning, go through backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. But now I feel like I should start with congratulations. You're fresh off of winning an award from iHeart Music.
Thank you. This is the coolest morning ever. I woke up at 5 a.m. screaming and pacing around the house.
But walk us through that. What's that like? Because you're up against people who are equally big deal.
I'm a big fan of everybody who was nominated on this category. And same with Social Stars. I picked a really good bunch of kids. So it's been really cool. It's an honor. It's very, very cool.
So TikTok Songwriter of the Year, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I was just on your TikTok page, an 8.5 million followers. I know, right? You laugh about that. What's that even like to know that you've gotten to that point?
First of all, it's I feel like I'm in just songwriter heaven, because I think the biggest challenge as a songwriter, you write so many songs. I maybe at a certain point I was writing 10 to 20 songs a week, not just for myself, but for other artists behind the scenes, like a ghostwriter, and with no kind of falling on deaf ears. And TikTok is so cool in that you can be in any place in the world, in any room with zero recognition, and then all of a sudden, from your bedroom, something can just blow up overnight. So it was really actually overwhelming and hard to process, but it made me very excited that I get to do what I love for a living, and people are actually watching now. So it's a dream come true, really.
I was reading about you performing at the Stone Pony in Jersey at 11 years old. Is it cool to see now that you can do it like this? You can kind of control your own ability to reach out directly to people.
Yes, my awkward self with braces at the Stone Pony, just singing Joan Jett covers back in Jersey was the start of all things rock and roll for me, and how much I love music. But I think the coolest thing is that I'm always panicking. I think anyone who's a musician or songwriter, and then people in general, you kind of just know the music industry is so cutthroat, and it's so impossible, especially with the internet, to just break through the noise. So there's this comfort feeling that finally I can just do what I love, write what I love, be myself in my sweatpants, and just do it for a living and get to have fun every day.
Is it hard though when you start at 11 and you're kind of pushing through it, and you're writing songs at 17 at different periods of time where you're kind of going through young people's stuff? Is it hard to be pushing into the spotlight at that age?
It's a little bit of both. The young people stuff is what makes for a really good, dramatic, emotional songwriting phase. And that's actually, I just think my teenage hormones were what brought me to songwriting, probably just these dramatic breakups and everything like that, right. Where everything is heightened as a kid. But yeah, no, for sure. I think that for the people around me that were kind of pretty in a routine process, my family, my friends, people in our town, it was go to college, find a skill set, do your thing, not just kind of fingers crossed, I'm just going to work really hard and see what happens. And hopefully I have a job one day and I get to do this. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, I think, for people that aren't in the grind of it and understand, because I think when you, even in any kind of freelancing job, any kind of creative job, it's the only thing you have to depend on is how hard you work and how often you do it and how much you practice and hone in on your craft and stuff. So if you don't do it, you're kind of just there's this massive world of competition and amazing talent and whatever it is that you kind of have to break through. So a lot of pressure, but good drama, good intensity. I like the pressure. So.
A lot of people will say, oh, just this overnight sensation, she came out of nowhere, but it's been 10 years to become an overnight sensation. Were you ever discouraged? Because it didn't, you had kind of some ups and downs, and people knew your name and there were some experiences, but it didn't initially skyrocket to fame. Ever get discouraged as you were going through that?
Yeah. Oh my God. Still right now in life, every day. It's just you get in your head all the time. It's funny. The biggest overnight thing, that the feeling that I've gotten, because obviously I've been working at it for a long time, but I think that my biggest mistake for such a long time was, you know, letting kind of industry folks and people whisper in my ear and like what I was telling me what I was supposed to be all the time. Like it was like, oh, you got to be more mysterious, you gotta be sexier, you gotta like show more skin, you know, right, like your songs are too like tongue-in-cheek, you know, and like I like, you know, I like poetry and puzzles and stuff like that, so like they're like, no, none of that, dumber. And finally I was like, the pandemic brought me to a place where I could be myself, and it happened overnight, just I think from pure authenticity, like. And that was the coolest feeling. I was like, finally, I'm just not going to listen to any of that and do what I always wanted to do and sing the way I want to sing and write the way I want to write and be as like nerdy and dad-like as I want to be and how I am to my friends. And then that's what feels the most overnight to me. I think when you go so many years being something you're not, or trying too hard to like copy something, you know, it's just like, it's exhausting.